All right, hello everyone. This is Crota giving you game 3 in a series between Grubby and Nerchio. So far, the series has been really good. Game 1, really Nerchio just Nerchio not playing all that well. In game 2, Grubby making a small mistake early in the game really set him in the back, allowing Nerchio to have a license to drone, getting a stronger economic advantage. And when a Zerg is able to power drone that hard and that quickly for that long, it's never gonna be good in the end. We see Grubby spawning as once again the green Protoss player here at the 12 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Nerchio is spawning as the Zerg over here at the 6 o'clock position. Zerg versus Protoss once more. And we'll see if Nerchio can do the same trick twice, so to speak. Terminus is a map where fast expansions are very possible. There is a rather wide choke point here. One pylon, a couple gateways, and you can wall off very easily. On top of that, you can then try to clear out your own rocks if you want to, in order to push out a little bit more easily. I haven't seen a Protoss player actually do that yet, so we'll see what's really going to go down here. Grubby does have this pylon here, could get some additional gateways. We'll see if Grubby will go once again for that greedy Nexus first, or nope, he is actually going to go for the Forge first, playing a little bit more conservatively, wanting to know what his opponent is going for. Spawning pool is being placed down first by Nerchio. We are going to see a probe come across. The drone is going to come here. The probe still needs to make sure that, in fact, this is the actual spawning location as opposed to scouting out his opponent. But this probe deciding to go, okay, you know what, I'm going to head all the way back home now. As you can see that this spawning pool has been morphed in. Grubby does see that, so he should be able to start warping in a cannon now. Or is he going to go for a Nexus first? He still might go for a Nexus first. That is going to be a little bit greedy. And we'll see whether or not that pays off for him. As now four Zerglings, potentially 6 Zerglings, will be trained up as soon as another larva is ready. And is he going to place that photon cannon? Right there. A little bit far away. That's actually a rather strange location for it, as I believe roaches are going to be able to take apart this forge without this one photon cannon really doing anything at all. Zerglings now making the trek across the field. There is a probe keeping track of the army, a drone now attempting to run away. And where is that one probe? The probe is there. The Zerglings now, knowing that they can't really do a run by as the photon cannon was about to be completed, instead scouring the map for any proxy pylons that may have been placed down by that probe earlier on. Nexus, more than 3/4 of the way completed, a queen now being added, and it looks like this is going to be a much more standard game. There's not going to be any early blood or any early damage dealt by Nerchio or Grubby, so we'll be moving into the mid-game with medium-sized battles. Medium-sized battles, perhaps a little bit of pressure. Both players are running off of 2 bases, so there's not going to be any crazy one-base strategy, as one-base strategies are typically more, I guess, Terran-esque, so to speak. And now the probe will be able to sneak its way out, perhaps hold its position here, as this one probe tries to run away from the swarm. It looks like this probe will get destroyed. One more final shot. There it goes, as the Zerglings are going to now try to test the waters. A Zealot about to be finished. It's not being chrono boosted though, so that is an important thing to note. Cybernetics core about to be completed as well, so a Stalker and chrono boost may start as well, as the Zerglings are now attempting to take down those backdoor rocks. Alright, sorry about that. Had to pause the game. Real life work stuff coming in. As much as I love doing StarCraft 2 commentating, apparently I'm not good at it enough to quit my day job. Anyways, coming back over here, Zerglings putting pressure on the backdoor rocks, and I don't think that Grubby knows or has any indication of what's going down. Nerchio sitting at 40/44, Grubby at 37/44, as the drones are still being macroed up, and a 3rd base has been established by Nerchio. So this is going to be very, very crucial for Nerchio, as Nerchio is going to be able to macro up very, very quickly. And the key question is, what exactly is Grubby trying to go for? He does have a Twilight Council now, so with that Twilight Council, he should be able to either go into Dark Templars or Blink on those Stalkers and put in a lot more pressure. Level 1 weapons upgrade also coming online. Once again, this is patch 136, so Blink only takes 110 seconds as opposed to 140. Never quite understood why charge versus anything else. Oh, in comes a Zealot. The Zealot may get some easy kills onto those Zerglings. The Zerglings, however, going to try to run by. Stalker going to get there in time. And just a bunch of dead Zerglings for all of that work. That one Zergling just going to get destroyed. Nice little death animation right there. All right. Zerglings activating each of the 3 of the Zelnaga Watchtowers now will know when exactly anything tries to come across the center portion of the map. A rather late research on the metabolic boost, starting it around the 7-minute 30-second mark, as we are going into Blink. So Blink is going to be the name of the game. Nerchio currently power droning, going to take a slight lead in just a moment as more and more drones are being hatched, up to 52 right now, and 53. So what is that? An 8 drone advantage for Nerchio. Roach Warren finally coming into play, and Nerchio is sitting very comfortably right now off of 3 bases. His economy is slightly ahead, decent amount of gas, a lot of minerals, but right now he hasn't really gotten the necessary advantage that he needs from those drones. He hasn't, I believe he still has a smaller army. Yeah, he still has a smaller army, only 3 Zerglings in the field, each activating those Zelnaga towers, as another Zergling trying to run by, and it's just going to get stuck over there, not really able to do anything else. And now level 2 weapons upgrade coming in from Grubby, so those Zealots will be slicing through those Zerglings and even the Roaches like a hot knife through butter. Now, a new swarm of Zerglings has been added. Roaches will be infesting the field in just a moment. A creep highway is slowly but surely making its way out, as now we see a very fast infestation pit. So we can also see a spore crawler being added, and this is more of a reaction, as Nerchio really doesn't know what Grubby is going for. Grubby in the previous game showed signs of Stargate play, so Stargate was the the weapon of choice. And now, because of that, he is going to get at least one Spore Crawler to try to fight that back. Proxy Pylon is in play off to the side. The Zerglings are not going to spot it, so the Zerglings are going to simply run by here as they make their way off to the north. They are going to go ahead and continue to run around the map, and every time I see a Zergling not spot a Pylon, I always think to myself, did I see this game already? Did I perhaps see this game? And it looks like the Zerglings are just going to once again push off over here. And Grubby now with a very large army making its way across the map. The Zerglings are desperately looking for any proxy pylons. Aren't going to see any proxy Stargates here. And now sees a very large army coming across the center. This is not good news, as Nerchio is trying to establish another base. This is not what you want to be doing. I believe Nerchio should try to cancel all of these hatcheries and the hatchery and those refineries. This is not looking good. Roaches are going to be trying to battle it out. Stalkers may be able to blink. Yes, and now push in. And Nerchio, not expecting blink Stalkers, is in trouble. Production is showing a lot more Zerglings. Infestors are coming out now. Roaches are trying to push in. And what will be happening? In comes 1 force field, 2 force fields. Roaches are going to be coming in a single file line now. There are a lot of Stalkers. The army of Nerchio is pushing these Stalkers back. Grubby doing a good job trying to micro the lower hit point Stalkers, as Grubby actually losing a lot more in that engagement than I thought. Grubby had the superior forces, but all of a sudden, one round of spawn larva off of so many hatcheries, so much damage to be had. Zergling's now going to get some easy damage over here, as the Infestors got off a fungal growth. Grubby is in trouble. Stalkers unable to blink away, and now losing a lot of units just to try to take down one hatchery. This pylon will get destroyed. Down it goes, as now Grubby, now 50 food behind. Grubby somehow with 2-0 weapons upgrades, unable to fight back against the 0-0 Roaches and the Swarm. There is one probe hanging off over here. It looks like it will get destroyed, as now the Stalkers are going to continue their push once again. High Templars are in the not-so-distant future. Nexus, Grubby realizing that this push was not successful. He cannot continue this push, as it currently stands. Nerchio perhaps going to try to activate or try to spread out the creep tumors even further. Oh, this one hatchery is just going to get destroyed, not canceled in time at all. And another 350 resources lost if you consider the cost of that one particular drone in trying to build it. Grubby going to lose his proxy pylon over here, but it is going to open up the way a little bit more. Grubby going to be able to take down some of those creep tumors. Yes, 2 creep tumors have been destroyed. This creep highway is going to be stopped here until a new queen or a queen makes her way out and lays down a creep tumor. This hatchery off over here, still about or getting about halfway completed, and we'll see what exactly Grubby is going to follow this up with. 62 drones versus 62 probes. Not a very good economic advantage at all for Nerchio, as Grubby now dealing a lot of damage to this hatchery over here. The Zerglings are going to try to catch up. It does cancel and rebuild. Not quite sure why he canceled and rebuilt it. That doesn't make much sense at all. The Stalkers may actually just be able to get up onto the high ground and then blink back down onto the low ground. The roaches are already lying in wait, ready for them. And this is going to be a perfect move by Nerchio. A perfect trap set up by Nerchio to lose all of a sudden lose the rest of these stalkers. And that was beautifully done. Just one of those awesome tactical maneuvers that you rarely see. Nerchio, hats off to you. That was a nice, well-laid trap. Good prediction, as now the Infestors are making their way out once more. Infestors going to be pushing in. These backdoor rocks look like they will get destroyed. Nerchio's roaches do have 1 armor upgrade, as the roaches add Infestors and Zerglings now filing in. How much damage can they do? As the Zealots now going to come in. There are a lot of High Templar. Psystorm now being rained down. Infestors, are they going to be able to get off some fungal growths? More Psystorm. There's a fungal growth. And another feedback onto some of those Infestors. More Psystorm being had. And now they're just trying to push their way in. Roaches able to push their way past. And another fungal growth may come in. No more fungal growths, as the roaches and Infestors were able to finish off the game. Nerchio takes game 3 in this series. This is not the last game in the series. Unfortunately, my computer is going to be encoding for the rest of the day, so you guys will just have to wait for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.